Ben Sidwell, BBC Midlands Today, Birmingham.
Now, how are those Christmas preparations going? Well, a century ago, families would have been preparing for a wartime Christmas. Many sons, fathers and brothers had already joined up, leaving empty places at the table. The Black Country Living Museum has recreated that first Christmas of World War I. Our reporter Bob Hockenhull has been to see how celebrations have changed over the last 100 years.
Christmas 1914, a harsh winter on the front line. And in 2014, this former soldier reflects on the importance of the festive celebration and troop morale on a visit to the Black Country Living Museum.
To have that hour and a half, just to sit down, relax, and have a little bit of time out with your lads, especially my young soldiers, and let them know, well, we're still having Christmas, we're still celebrating. Everywhere around the world is celebrating, so why not us on the front line?
Take me back to the old blighty.
When war broke out in 1914, they said it'll be over by Christmas. They were wrong, and while their loved ones shivered on the battlefront, back home families were trying to make the best of things. Christmas 1914. Rationing was still to come, but times were hard. Many families relied on homegrown food for their dinner.
Fortunately, my husband's a good gardener, so we can do the potatoes and the carrots and the parsnips.
At the Black Country Living Museum, they're recreating Christmas dinner 1914 style. It includes French rice soup, because it's cheap. During the First World War, turkeys were the preserve of the rich. Only they could afford one.
Now, mother, that looks grand.
Ooh. Working class families were more likely to have pork. Many kept pigs in their back garden because they could still afford to. But by 1916, the price of all meat had doubled.
Some people used to share the cost of keeping the pig by putting their own peelings in, mixtures of stuff, and then you would have shared the rearing of the pig, and then cut the pig up, and then each one would have had something or other from it.
One Christmas tradition, the plum pudding, reigned supreme during the First World War. But as German U-boats disrupted sugar and fruit imports, it was a tradition under attack.
As the war went on, the Christmas pudding had, frankly, less and less fruit in it. and more things like suet and carrots to make it sweet. But also, the family would make puddings and send them to the front. And there was that sense that the family was still sharing a Christmas dinner, which I think was really important.
One soldier from Warwickshire sent a letter home saying, "We have managed to include the time-honoured items of roast beef and plum pudding in our menu for the day. Our surroundings are far from Christmassy, yet we shall have something to remind us of former Xmasses of a much more happy and serene character." So everyone, have you enjoyed your 1914 Christmas dinner?
Yes, it's been lovely.
So would you like to give a toast to our viewers perhaps?
Oh, yes.
Here we go then.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Thank you, Bob. So to you.